Piazza, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about my new book, The Sicilian Inheritance. There is a story that my family has been passing down as long as I can remember. It's about the murder of my great-great-grandmother, Lorenza Marsala, which is an amazing name, by the way. Now, we are Italian Americans, so we love to pass down stories, we love to embellish stories. In fact, embellishing stories is our favorite pastime. It's essentially our golf. What I knew growing up about Lorenza Marsala is that she was left behind in Sicily when her husband came to America to try to make his fortune. She was left there for a long time, and before she could join her husband, she was murdered. There's lots of theories about why this happened. One of them is that she was murdered by the mafia for the money after she sold the family land. Another was that she was possibly a healer and maybe even a witch, and that maybe she cast a spell on the wrong person. 5 years ago, I went back to Sicily. I took my 3-month-old son, we drove all over the island, and I just started investigating this story. And I learned that hundreds of thousands of women were left behind in Sicily during this time period. And they all finally got to learn to read and to write, and they took the men's jobs, which made a lot of the men that stayed behind very unhappy. This was a dangerous time to be a woman in Sicily. And I started to imagine what really happened to my relative. I started writing The Sicilian Inheritance. This was 5 years ago. I've written so many drafts. I've had 2 more babies during this, and I finally created a story of a modern day woman going back to solve her relative's murder. And it intertwines these 2 stories of Serafina Marsala, the fictional version of my great-great-grandmother, and Sarah Marsala, who is an ambitious young mother and businesswoman who is just trying to figure out her place in the world. And she goes back to try to solve this generations-old murder. And let's face it, this book is set in Sicily, so it is filled with delicious food, wine, sexy men, all of the things. It is a twisty, turny adventure through both modern day and historical Sicily. And I love this book so much. And I just really hope that it does my great-great-grandmother Lorenza Marsala proud.